Hello, welcome to an e-demo on the installation and initial configuration of VictorWeb. Today, we're going to be installing VictorWeb using the all-in-one installation method, and that means we're going to have Victor Application Server, VictorWeb, and VictorWeb Service all installed on the one Windows machine. That Windows machine should be running Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows Server 2012, or Windows Server 2012 R2. Okay, so the first thing I need to do then is to enable Internet Information Services, or IIS, on the Windows machine. And to do that, I'm going to choose the Start button, and I'm going to type Turn Features, and you can see the first search result there is Turn Windows Features On or Off. I'm going to select that, and in the dialog box that opens, I'm going to select the checkbox next to Internet Information Services, and then I'm going to choose OK to enable that service. Once those changes are applied, we can choose the Close button. Okay, so the next thing we need to do then is to install VictorWeb Service. And there's a few ways you can do this. The way I'm going to do it is that because we have IIS enabled on this Windows machine, when we install Victor Application Server, the Unified Installer dashboard will automatically install VictorWeb Service. So let's go ahead then and launch the Unified Installer dashboard. Just going to choose the Setup. I'm going to choose the software house path because I'm going to do a unified install of both Victor and Secure 9000 so that I can take advantage of the personnel and access control features in VictorWeb. I'm going to choose Next after I've chosen software house, and I'm going to choose to install Victor Application Server and Secure Client, and I'm also going to choose to install SQL Server Express from the installer as well. I'm going to choose Next. I'm going to add a Victor Unified Client, and again I'm going to choose Next. And then you will see on the Integrations and Services screen we have that check mark next to VictorWeb Service already. That's because we have IIS enabled on this machine. Okay, so I'm going to choose Next. And you can see we have a list of everything which is going to be installed. I'm just going to choose the checkbox here to agree to the terms and conditions of the license and choose Next. And I'm going to choose a typical install, choose Next again. And then on the Ready to Install screen, I'm going to choose Install. And then on the Prerequisite screen, I'm going to choose Install. We're going to install everything. Then we're going to get the Installation Complete dialog box. I'm going to choose OK in there to close the installer. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to install an extension called ARR. We can do that using the Microsoft website. There's an online version and an offline version. I'm going to be using the online one. I'm just going to open up the Microsoft website and find that ARR 3.0, and I'm going to choose Install this extension. And then I'm going to choose Install now, and that's going to go ahead and download the installer, which I'm just going to open up here. I'm going to choose the Install button. I'm going to accept the terms and conditions. It's going to run through the installation, and once it's complete then I can go ahead and choose Finish and then Exit. Okay, so let's close the browser window. And the next thing I'm going to do then is to install VictorWeb itself. So I'm going to launch the VictorWeb installer, which I've downloaded from the AmericanDynamics.net website. I'm going to choose Next. I'm going to keep the install path as the default. I'm going to choose Continue. Then I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions using this checkbox, and then I'm going to choose Install. Once that installation is complete, we're going to get the Completed Successfully message. I'm going to choose OK in that dialog box, and then I'm going to choose Exit to close the installer. Okay, so you'll see that the Tyco Unified License Manager has also opened here, and I'm going to, at this point, apply my license. And this license is my Victor license, which also has the VictorWeb service and the VictorWeb components added to it as well. So I'm going to choose the Add New License button. I'm just going to navigate to that license file. I'm going to open it, and the License Manager will apply that license, and the License Manager will also restart my services automatically as well. Once that's complete, you'll see at the top in this License Types section that we have VictorWeb listed there. If I move over to the Victor tab, you'll see that we have VictorWeb Service listed in the Licensed Features section at the bottom here. We also have the info on the number of licenses there. If I move over to the VictorWeb tab, you'll see all of the components of VictorWeb which I have licensed there as well. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to go ahead and close the License Manager, And the final step then of the VictorWeb install and initial configuration is to add my Victor application server to VictorWeb. So I'm going to open up my web browser. Google Chrome is recommended. I'm going to navigate to the IP address of the VictorWeb machine, and it's going to be /VictorWeb. Once I reach the login page, I'm going to go ahead and sign in using the credentials administrator and administrator as the password as well, and I'm going to choose the login button. Okay, so to add my Victor application server, what I need to do is go over to the setup menu. I'm going to choose devices, and I'm going to choose the plus icon to add a new device. In this device type drop down, I'm going to choose Victor application server. I'm going to enter the IP address of that Victor application server. I'm just going to enter a name for it. I could enter a description there if I wanted to, and I'm going to enter a username and a password of a user account which has the administrative role on that Victor application server, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose the save button. Once that has been added, we will then be able to log in to VictorWeb using our Victor application server credentials, and we'll also be able to take advantage of the full functionality which the Victor application server integration into VictorWeb gives us.